Welcome back. A new report offers an ominous look at the impacts of climate change. Today, the World Bank released data saying if no action is taken, 200 million people could be pushed out of their homes in the next 30 years. To unpack all of this, Evan Koslof went straight to White House National Climate Advisor Gina McCarthy to find out the plan behind all of this. Evan, I imagine she had a lot to say.
Right, we spoke for about 10 minutes, and McCarthy gives credit to young people for pushing change. Change like an August executive order that calls for half of all new cars to be electric by 2030. But I asked if she believes this is enough without congressional action. It's an executive order, so it could be reversed once a new president takes over. So how could the administration make more lasting changes on this issue?
Well, the most important thing I think you want to remember, Evan, is that announcement, it wasn't just us standing around. It was all of the big three. The big three automakers were there, and we've received commitments from the automakers across the world, frankly.
And there have been some steps in recent years. A June report from Pew Research found that in 2020, there were 1.8 million electric vehicles registered in the United States, 3 times more than in 2016.
We will definitely be moving ahead with rulemaking, which gives it more permanency. But I think the most important lesson for us is that the car companies know what the future needs to look like.
We also asked McCarthy about a common concern from critics. Why should the U.S. make such drastic and costly changes if some other countries, some of the major polluters, are not?
This is an international, worldwide issue. There is no question about that. But if the U.S. sits on the sidelines, we give every excuse to China and India and other largest countries in the world to sit on the sidelines.
There's just a real lack of faith among young people. I remember in 2019, I was there covering the school walkouts. There's just little confidence that our leaders can address climate change with so much deadlock. Are they right? Is big, meaningful action possible?
Well, I'm ready to hear from the young people everywhere because they're knocking on our doors and they're telling us what they demand, and I love it.
All right, so that's just a small part of the interview. If you want to watch the whole thing, you can get it now online at WUSA9.com. And we want to make it real easy for you. Just text CLIMATE to that number you see right there below me, 202-895-5599. We're going to send it right to your phone. So, Larry, send it back to you.
Yeah, interesting interview, Evan. It'll be interesting to see how other countries step up in this as well. The U.S. cannot carry the weight for the entire world. Certainly, we have to do our part, but other large-scale countries have to do their part as well.
And basically, her message was that they just want to be a voice in the room, so not leave it to other countries to take the lead. That was her argument. Just show up, have your voice heard.
All right, just show up. I like that. Evan, thank you.
Nice seeing you, Larry.